House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has let her hatred for Donald Trump blind her to the needs of the American people. I have Farron Cousins with Trial Lawyer Magazine to talk about this. This is a story you've covered a long time. You've been watching this whole thing really unfold, right?
Right. This has been a sad story to watch basically since May. I do have to add, though, it is nice. You know, I see you're a little more laid back today.
Casual. I barely made it to the studio. That's why I'm so casual. But what is your take on this?
Well, Pelosi at this point set herself up to be the villain of this story when she absolutely didn't even need to.
Yeah.
This deal that came from the White House may not have been perfect, but let's be honest. I mean, credit where it's due. This was a pretty good deal. You had an extra $400 a week in unemployment benefits, the $1,200 stimulus checks with an extra $1,000 per child, hundreds of billions of dollars for states and cities to increase their testing. This, to me, I'm pretty sure is everything the Democrats wanted, so her walking away from it made absolutely no sense other than she didn't want Trump's name to be on it.
She hates the guy, okay? And we've seen the hatred get so crazy that people make bad decisions. This is a bad decision because all they had to do, pass it and then put it on the Senate.
Right.
Move it to the Senate. Let the Republican-controlled Senate have to struggle with this. Look, the other part of it, it's tanking the economy, right? So if Trump loses, Biden wins, all of a sudden, what's Biden walking into? A tanked economy. It's just a lack of thorough thinking here, which we often see. She really is. She's getting really old. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, just watch her, talk to her. The whole old thing is really starting to affect her ability as a decision maker.
You know, we see that. We see it with Biden, we see it with Trump, and we call them out on that. But Pelosi's kind of gotten a free pass. And recently, she did an interview where halfway through, she stops mid-sentence and says, "Good morning, Sunday morning," out of nowhere. And everybody's left wondering, does she know where she is?
Yeah.
But that's not to make fun of her. That is a very serious thing that people need to take into consideration. She's the Speaker of the House.
How about with Wolf Blitzer? She goes crazy. Wolf Blitzer starts asking her legitimate questions about, you got a problem here. If Trump loses and he's a lame duck in here, then he's not going to help.
Right.
What's going to change? And she rather than saying, logically talking about, Wolf, that's a good point, she goes nuts. I mean, what is your take on this whole thing as it develops? Are we going to get a stimulus package before the election? Probably not.
Right. And the reason we're not, and this is why I say she set herself up to unnecessarily be the villain, Mitch McConnell already said, he came out publicly last week and said, I'm not going to touch this. We're not bringing it up in the Senate. So while Pelosi gets all this negative press, members of her own party having to call her out as a bad strategist, Mitch McConnell's sitting back laughing and saying it doesn't matter what she does because I'm not going to bring it to a vote. And she still can't play it correctly.
If the Dems win, they need to get rid of this woman. I'll tell you, she will cause them more suffering if they pull this off, more suffering than they can imagine.